Blood Moon is about, essentially, it's about a relationship between two people, right? But of course, we see it from the perspective of our main character, Aren, played by Vel. And it's just, the whole film was an exploration about at least what I think about love, right? Like my understanding of love at the moment, right? I don't want to really put a label on it. I don't want to say what it is about, because I think if you watch the film, it should be easy enough to, get it. So yeah, I'll just leave it very vaguely. But yeah, it's an exploration of love, and at least what I think about it at this moment.
So Aaron is the main vampire of this film. He's an old vampire who's lived for about 100 or so years. And he has been through a lot in his life, a lot of love, a lot of loss. And finally, when we meet him in this part of the film, we see him in his current relationship. And that's where the story takes place.
This idea has been in my mind for quite some time. I think it's been in my mind for about like a year plus at this point. It's just that I didn't know if I could do it or how I would do it. Weirdly enough, like the thing that actually inspired me to like start thinking about this again was actually a video game that I played. It's called Baldur's Gate 3, right? So there was this character called Astarion. When I saw his portrayal of like the vampire, right, like and just how much depth there was to that character, it just like got me thinking about the idea again, right? The idea that I had at the time, it was a rough idea, but as it went on, it developed. So, and the second thing was just we did Samsara before this, our previous short film, and we explored certain themes and ideas in that. So this, in a way, is an expansion of Samsara, right? Like some of the themes that were brought up in that film is brought up here and expanded upon.
Well, definitely I needed to know who I was working on, and I also need to know what I was going to be preparing, because most of the makeup I was doing was on, the VFX he was on Vel, and then the makeup was on me and Nissha, so definitely we have different skin tones. I had to cater towards that. So because it's a vampire film, based on what Sharvin gave me, I needed to follow those aesthetics.
I talked to Sharvin and I asked if he has some reference shots for me to like refer to, so that throughout the shoot I know what he wants. On set, I will make sure that before we get to the set, I will draw plans of each shot, whereby where the lighting is, where the camera is, and where the actors is, as really designated by Sharvin.
When it came to the character of Aaron, I just thought of, well, he's an immortal vampire, so I needed to portray that age properly. He looks young, but the portrayal seems older. So what I think I personally added was stillness to the character. I didn't want to move very fast. I wanted to move very slow, very still. There's not any obvious breathing, the eyes don't blink a lot. So, and I think it's something very unsettling when you look at a person, right, and they're not really moving, they're just sort of staying still in one place, sort of looking at you. I think that can be quite unsettling. So that was what I wanted to add to the character lah.
How we actually all from the get-go performed our duties, right from the director all the way to the production assistants. Everyone performed so well. I've actually worked with everyone here in previous projects, but the teamwork that we all strive for in this film was amazing.
I guess I like the aspect that I got to work with Sharvin and Vel again. When we shot some scenes, definitely it was nice to see different kind of like background sceneries, because previously when I worked on like different films, it was mainly action, so there was a lot of action involved. So you get to see more like people and more moving, and you never get to like see scenery or like see places. So it was nice to go to places that I don't usually go to a lot, or places that I've never been.
My major concern was really just the execution of the idea itself, because short films, a lot of people usually are quite conservative with the ideas. When I heard that this was about vampires and whatnot, it shouldn't look corny. It shouldn't look like, oh, fake or whatever. You need it to have that pathos, and it should have that depth. I don't want at any point anyone to look at the film and sort of be taken out of the experience. So that was my main concern. So yeah.
So yeah, my major concerns was basically production, whereby we couldn't scout the locations beforehand. So yeah, we rely on the pictures provided by the locations itself, which is on Airbnb. Despite the location definitely look like okay, it has a decent amount of space available for us to move around, to like place the camera, lighting and all. However, when we got to the set, it was surprisingly small. So it was quite cramped. Definitely we all have a lot of bags as well, and definitely we brought a lot of equipment as well, and definitely that was a major concern. We couldn't scout, we couldn't know how the lighting works, and also the problem we got into was that a lot of the sockets weren't working at the apartment. Sadly. Despite the scorching heat, my favorite is at Jeram, the beach. The light was beautiful. Thank God for the weather, it was really fine weather. And therefore, the light is beautiful. Vel will look extra beautiful in frame as well.
My favorite scene to act in was the conversation scene between myself and Nisha's character Maya. And I think the whole project sort of hinges on that conversation scene, right? You see their emotions, you can see their dynamics as characters, and there's a sort of unspoken intimacy but also a strain on the relationship, and that needed to be portrayed really well.
The ending actually, so the ending was my favorite scene, right? Because that ties up the entire thing. That was quite challenging, but it's also very stimulating, right? Because of how challenging it was. So to have the results that we got, it was really satisfying. And so I would say that's my favorite scene. There are other favorite scenes as well, but if I just had to pick one, that's my favorite scene.
So for me, definitely the difficult scene to shoot for myself is because, as I mentioned before, I had to learn lines. So I was definitely worried if I was either inauthentic or inorganic, because like definitely Nissha did a good job, Vel did a good job, because they've acted in more stuff than I do. Maybe, I'm not sure. So yeah, I just wanted to make sure that overall it looked good.
Jeram again because of the severe heat. Yeah, it was so hot because we were close to the beach, and basically the sky was just plain blue. Even though it's plain blue, there are no clouds, it was still bloody hot. And the space being so small, whereby you can only have like a few crew members on set, especially the scene whereby we're having Aran to like drink blood, drunk. And then we had to like have some of our crew members to move the light here, place the reflector, the bounce here, and then place the camera right here. And it was heavy, everything was heavy. I think we were all just tired because it was very hot, stuffy, and also humid. Yeah. The weather conditions were very good, however the climate was too humid. It made us extra exhausted while shooting it.
Aran, who was played by Vel, I actually was there when he actually had to try to get into character of the vampire and just expressing that controllable rage, and to see that and as an amazing actor coming from himself, it was really, just to be there, it was something special. It was a very remarkable experience to see that.
For me, the most memorable part of the shoot was once everything was completed, we all actually got together and we sat down and started talking about films, talking about our life, asking each other questions, playing some games. Like that was really a highlight part for me.
The best part was hanging out with the people that you just shooted with, stand down, have a meal with them, have a quote-unquote sleepover and a movie night. That was like the most weirdest but the most memorable part of my shooting, and I really enjoyed that.
I learned a lot, right? A lot, because every project we are learning something constantly, right? Yeah, so it's a constant learning process, right? I wouldn't say I'm like great at everything or whatever. It's always a learning process, and I'm constantly learning from everyone. Yeah, I just hope I can learn more as time goes on.
Filmmaking is a collaborative art form. It is very unique in that sense, right? If you think about it, because art forms like, let's say, painting, right, writing, it's very individualistic. You sit down, you write, okay, you sit down, you paint, it's yours. But a film, very interestingly enough, as much as it can be said that this is Sharvin's film, if let's say it's my project, it's my film or whatever, right, it also in different measures belongs to everyone else, because they added something to it. Without them, that film maybe wouldn't look the same way, wouldn't feel the same way. So for me, it is that realization.
So what I learned is that, like, how to work with a different group of people. Like, you have your expectation that this is how a production is supposed to be. Then you realize that maybe you have an idea of what a production is, but it's always with different people and different teams. There's always different personalities. There's always different ways to do things, and there's always new stuff to learn every time. Let me tell you, there's always something new to learn, and I love that every time I go on a different set and I meet different people. There's just so many things to learn. Whether you learn about the film, whether you learn about editing, whether you learn about how camera works, how sound works, or even how the actors are.
I learned that, as long as there is a rough plan beforehand and I know what I'm doing and I know what Sharvin wants, so being aware and also knowledgeable about what the boss school wants, I think it definitely, and also having a good team spirit on set whereby you have fun with everyone is comfortable with each other, and also I had a really good time with everyone shares the same energy. So similar energy everyone brings to the set, definitely it helped me to, step up my game and definitely catch up on everyone's energy.
Put yourself into a situation where you need to be uncomfortable. If you're not uncomfortable, you'll never learn. You'll never see the other side of what's the what ifs, the what happens and everything. So I guess that's the biggest lesson for me.
Be inspired, because I myself, I loved movies. I loved movies, I love films, but I never really got into the whole cinephile or movie lover thing. I didn't know why I liked them. And then when I studied and I learned like how a movie is made and how the people behind it and the passion, everything, there's just something that comes out of you when you really learn what film is all about. Watch something twice, watch something 10 times even. Find out why you like this film, find out why you don't like this film. But never, like, if I can curse, I'm sorry, but never on anything until you really understand why. Like, why was it made? Or like, even better, why shouldn't it have not been made at all? For me, that's the key takeaway.
If you're a movie lover, and if you do enjoy the film, I really hope you watch this short film. If you haven't yet, or if you have, thank you so much for your support. I'm so happy to legit be working with each and every one of them, and I really hope that in the future you will watch more projects with us.
I think at the end of the day, I just want the audience mainly to, and this may sound like a very generic answer, I really just hope the audience enjoys the film. I want them to take away the sense of, wow, I just watched a really great short film and I want to see it some more, or I want to talk about it to people. And I think that's really what I would like for the audience to take away, is the enjoyment and the experience. That's all.
I hope they get inspired, right? I hope they watch, like, it doesn't have to be this short film, it can be any short film, but I just hope that people get inspired, because you don't have to wait for someone else to come to you to ask you to do your film, right? You don't have to wait for maybe a producer or something to come over to you and tell you like, hey, I'll produce your film, let's do it, right? You don't have to wait for any of that. If you have the means, you have good friends and all that, I think you should just grab it by the throat and just do it. And of course, I hope that people enjoy this film, right? Because we put in a lot of work and all that, but hey, that's up to the audience, right? So yeah.
It's okay, man. Don't touch the stomach. Hello. Hi. Welcome to the set of Blood Moon. We're setting up right now. This is your death scene. Oppenheimer like. Give a roll to that guy. There he is. I was standing at the whole time. I tried to hold it. I can't see you, but I can see that you're trying. I was just staring. Come on, I was a character. Come on. Please, sir.
Yo, what's up?
Nissha. Nissha? Call Nissha. Nissha! Why you call her name like that? Nissha!
Hey, where's the other card?
Acting from you lah.
Hey, shut up.
Just stare into his eyes.
Okay, come.
Go bring the bags and sleep next to Terry, Sarge.
You either sit next to Terry or sit in the room first.
Yeah.
Tell me how much you love him.
What did you say?
That's the secret ending of the short film. Terry. You'll be losing it. All your fault, man.
Is he having a nervous breakdown? What is happening? You okay?
God damn it! No.
I think they want you to do something else.
Hey, silence.
L'espoir était pionnier, les vitons j'étais, et les gens ont les opas, les chichons l'étaient, on voit je les temps, les petits spoons les dents, mon dans les opas, les gens les opas, les gens les douilles, on les siona, dans les dents. Les dons, j'ai des oppa, oppa, oppa.
God, I fell on my face. Okay, that's connected to this.
The plumber is in the house. Yes. This one, don't know whether legit plumber or not. We found him off like the street.
Found me on Timu lah. It looks legit. It looks like it works. Okay, I'm not certain.
That's what fake plumbers would say.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. This is all your fault. Okay, now, moment of truth, huh?
I think it's working. Oh no.
Can we tell them not to buy stuff? No. Already, so the mystery has been solved. Sophia learned the ancient art of turning the fucking switch on. Can you tell us where you learned this? Can you tell us where you learned this?
Is it because I'm a woman?
Possibly.
You see this? Haven't turned this on. That's why.
Yeah. Right on that. Yeah. Hell yeah. Chicken?
Is it hot? Is it fine?
Yeah. This is fine.
Are you comfortable?
No.
It's fine, guys.
Sorry,
I
I'm
am
just making
fine.
It's fine.
It sounds like he has a toothache.
Yeah, no. I'm in pain. I hate my life. It's the 60s. I'm not gonna go too much, yeah? But this thing is, I can tell, not that stable. So, how's so?
Is it going well?
How to say
Yeah. Shut
You just say
and again.
If it's bad, just cry. It's fine.
Huh?
I swear to God, man, if I don't.
No, wait, stay there. Don't move. Stay there. Go back to your position.
Oh my god. Did it take break?
Yeah, leave the year.
Oh no. You have to complain about that.
So it did kind of break, so let's not sit on this.
Holy crap! That's a lot of damage!
Can la. It's pretty much unnoticeable. It's fine. Put it in one of the rooms. Don't shift your weight.
Yes, we have wrapped day one. Let's give a round of applause for wonderful actresses. Act a difficult scene. Alright, wonderful. The director, the evil clap for himself. That's it. The DOP who's filming this also
Pointed at him and then after
can you flip the camera, dia punya muka very handsome. Terry also down here, production manager dekat sini.
Terry San.
So the paparazzi. That's the worst part.
L'espoir était pionnier, les vitons j'étais, et les gens les hoppas, les chichons l'étaient.